Good morning, everybody. What's going on? It's your favorite nerdy educator coming at you loud, live, and in color at 11 o'clock in the morning. Um, and we have Miss Philomena joining us. Good morning, Miss Philomena. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well, thank you. All right, we got Mr. McFadden in the building as well. Just thank y'all so very much for joining your favorite nerdy educator. I appreciate you guys. Um, Today we are going to continue on with reviewing slope, intercept, and graphing the equation of a line and all of that good jazz. All right. So if you did not watch the playback yesterday, don't worry about it. I mean, it's posted, but I'm gonna just kind of do the same thing again. Okay. So with all of that being said, I want us to go ahead and I want to look at this right here. So I'm going to make it bigger, of course, so that way everybody can see it. Where is my? Okay. All right. Y'all see how big my floating toolbar is now? I found a way to make it bigger because y'all know I can't see. So this is definitely a game changer for me as it relates to virtual teaching because before y'all know I couldn't see anything. So this worked out. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make this situation bigger so that way everybody can see it. All right. Hopefully, y'all are having a good morning. I pray that everything is well with everybody. And above all else, I just hope you all are staying safe. All right. Okay. So, this was the assignment of what we did yesterday. So, remember, we are identifying slope, what kind of slope it is, the actual number, and we are going to write the equation of the line. So first, I want to go over what kind of slope is this for number 6. So based on the picture, what kind of slope do we have? Do we have a positive, negative, zero, or undefined slope? And y'all can answer, please. And if you don't know, just say, Miss Hampton, I don't know.
It's a positive slope.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. McFadden. It is a positive slope simply because remember, and I will go back to the very first. Um, oh, keep forgetting. Got to make these things smaller. Okay, so number 6 is a positive slope because remember, the further right that we go when we read things from left to right. So when we're going from left to right, our line is going up. So the further right we go, the higher the higher our line goes or it increases. So that means we have a positive slope. Okay. So I will go back here. Nope. Which one is it? I can't see. Oh, it was this one. Okay. All right. So we have a positive slope for number 6. And of course, hopefully y'all can see that for number 6. And I will move this over just a smidge. All right, so let me type this in. We have a positive slope for number 6. Oh, wow, really? Okay. So the good news is, wow, we know that we have a positive slope for number 6. Now we just have to figure out what the actual slope is, okay? So how do we do that? We are going to look at these 2 points here. Okay, and I kind of made them bigger so that way you all can see them better. So let's start with this one. What would be the coordinates for this point right here. So, excuse me. So remember, we're going to start at 0 and we're going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4. So my x coordinate is going to be 4. My y coordinate from the 4, we're going to go up 1, 2, 3. So therefore, my coordinate is going to be 4, 3. Okay. So does everyone see how we came up with the coordinate 4 and 3? Let me know.
Yes.
Okay. Miss Philomena, how about you? She still might be on mute. I'm not quite sure. So hopefully, Miss Philomena, you're still with us, and because I can't see you, that's kind of one of the disadvantages about this particular platform with Zoom. I can see.
Yes, I can see it.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Miss Philomena. See, I could see everybody with Zoom. I could, but
You want me to open it?
no. Keep your camera off, Miss Philomena.
Okay.
Yeah, but keep your audio on.
On.
Yeah, keep it off. But if I have a question for you, then you can take it off and answer it. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So see, again, this is how Miss Hampton's class normally goes. I mean, we you get everything here. But like I was saying though, with Zoom, I could see everybody's faces and everything, and I could do other functionalities. But with Google Meets, it's a little different. So I can't see nobody. I can only see my screen. That's it. So if I'm looking crazy in the face, I apologize in advance. All right, so let's continue. So now I want you all to tell me what is this coordinate right here. And I'll give you all a moment to um, count and do all that good stuff. But let me know what coordinate that is. This one right here, the second one. Here we go. Okay, so did we ever come up with an answer to what this, well, my first, what this coordinate is right here? We still working on it, y'all.
Is it 4
You said 4.
and 1?
Switch it.
1 4?
Well, 1 -4, but I'll take it. So,
Okay.
so yeah. So remember, Mr. Mcfadden, you're gonna start at 0. Let me not, because I'll be the Mr. on the road on that. You're gonna start with 0, and then you're gonna go over to your right one. So remember, you always start with your x-axis. So you're gonna start over here with 1, and then you're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4. So that coordinate in actuality would be 1, -4. So you got the right numbers, Mr. McFadden. They were just in the wrong spot. That's okay. It happens all the time, so don't feel bad. All right. So I'm gonna put that here. 1 and -4. All right. So now, can anybody remember and tell me what my next is. So I got my coordinates, and now I need to find my slope. So who remembers the formula for the slope? And if you don't remember, you say, Miss Hampton, I think I know it, but I don't remember it. It's okay.
Is Y2
You say Y2.
uh-huh
Uh-huh. Keep going.
minus Y1
Yes,
over
sir.
X2 minus X1.
Excellent job, Mr. McFadden. You are absolutely, positively correct.
I took
Okay.
notes.
Okay. Well, look at see you ahead of the game then. See, that's what I'm talking about. All right. So remember, this is your formula to find the slope and the slope only. So you don't have to worry about finding the y-intercept as of yet. We ain't really there yet, so don't worry about it. All right. So now the next thing we're going to have to do is actually find our slope. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Let me see. Let me. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move this on up just to really move this up just a little bit. All right. So now I want you to tell me, name my numbers. So 4 will be represented by what? And when I'm saying name my numbers, would it be represented by X2, Y1? That's what I'm looking for. So 4 will be represented as what? And if you don't know, just say I don't know.
Don't know that one.
Okay. But that's all right. That's why, you know what I'm saying, your favorite nerdy educator is here to say today. Now, remember, this is the first set and this is the second set, right? So we're going to break all of these numbers down based on their position. So 4, because x, sorry, because 4 is the x coordinate of the first set, we're going to name this one x1. Okay. So if 4 is x1, then what is 3?
Y1.
Excellent job, Miss Philomena. It's going to be y1. Okay, so remember, for anybody that's watching this playback, 4 is the x coordinate of the first set. That's why we name it x1. And I know that looks like the one is connected to the 4, but it's the x1, okay? And 3 will be represented as y1 because 3 is the y coordinate of the first set. All right. So let's mosey on over here and skedaddle on over here to 1. So what would this one be represented as?
X2.
X2. All right. And then -4 would be
Y2.
Y2. Excellent job, Miss Finley. Who taught you that?
You. Yesterday.
Ah, right. Get it. Get it. Yes, I know that this is recorded, but you know, I would have done this had we literally been in school. So nothing has changed, y'all. I'm still crazy. Nothing has changed. Anybody that's just passing through watching this playback and you stumble upon this, welcome to the madness of Miss Hampton's class. All right. So now what we're going to do, we are simply just going to plug and chug where the numbers go. That's it. All right. So remember, I have y2 minus y1. So that means I would have what numbers at the top?
-4.
-4, and that's minus what?
1.
No, not 1. So -4, so I have y2 minus y1. So what number represents y1?
3.
Oh, 3.
Yeah, negative. I mean, I'm not negative 3. 3. I was gonna say negative 3. But yes, so we have y2, which is negative 4, minus y1, which is 3. Okay. Now I'm going to put all of that over x2 minus x1. Excuse me. So what number represents x2?
1.
1.
1. And what number represents x1?
4.
4.
4. Muy bien, clase, muy bien. Now, as you know, we have negative 4 minus 3 over 1 minus 4. So that means I'm going to have to use what rule to solve this problem? It starts with a K. Sort of,
Keep
kind of.
change.
Yep, keep, change, or some people recognize it as keep, change, opposite. Either way, depending on who you are. Some people learned it that way, but yes. So down here, I'm going to say, matter of fact, I'm going to switch. No, I'll keep it the same so it can make sense. All right. So I have negative 4 plus, what's my second number going to be? Because I have to change that second number. So what's the opposite of 3?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. Okay. Ah. And that's going to be over 1 plus, what's my second number? What's the opposite of 4?
Negative 4.
Negative 4. Okay. So remember, when we're working with slopes, this is only reinforcing subtracting integers. So as I always tell my students, and for anybody that's watching this, make sure that you know your integers, how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide, because that's all you're going to be doing in algebra. That's it. They're going to add those letters in there too, but we'll deal with that later. All right, so now with all that being said, we're simply just going to solve. So we have negative 4 plus negative 3, and that gives us what?
Negative 7.
Negative 7. All right. And then I have 1 plus negative 4. And that gives me what? Now remember, if you have your calculators or your phones, please feel free. Wait, I just realized something. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to try it.
Negative 3.
Negative 3. Can y'all see that? Y'all can see my calculator?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yay! Y'all can see my calculator. Okay, because I was having issues. Now y'all can see it. Okay. So remember, anytime you're dealing with subtracting numbers or integers rather. Okay, where's my thing at? Okay. I'm just simply gonna put in 1 minus 4. And when I hit the equals button, it's gonna give me a negative 3. No biggie, no problem. Now, I have a question. Is this my final answer?
No,
Why not?
because
Simple.
the slope is positive and the answer
Yes,
there is negative. So we have to convert it to positive.
yes. So remember, at this point now, we are still dealing with fractions. And fractions are nothing but,
Simplification.
well, division. So
Division.
remember, fractions are nothing but division problems. Okay. So I have a negative divided by a negative number. So a negative divided by a negative is going to give me a positive. So this is my final answer. Now, in the event that you don't believe me, because I always have to prove these things, I will prove it right now. Okay. So y'all still see my calculator? Can y'all still see my calculator?
Yes.
Okay. So I have -7, and I'm going to divide that by -3. Now remember, my answer is going to come out as a decimal, but do you see that it's a positive answer? So that's the reason why when you have two negative numbers and you're doing division, because you're dividing integers, a negative divided by a negative is a positive. Okay. Also, please do not convert this to 2.33333. Remember, in slope, you want your answer to be either a fraction or a whole number. You do not want to convert your answers from a fraction to a decimal. We ain't doing it like that. Okay. So fractions are very acceptable with slope. Anywhere else, okay. So I just want to, put that out there as well. And I just want to make sure that you know, you all understand that. All right. So, how do we feel about this review so far? Do we feel okay?
Yeah, we good.
Okay. How about you, Miss Philomena? You're okay?
Yeah, yeah, I'm okay.
Oh, okay, okay. Just wanted
Mhm.
to be sure. All right. Uh-oh, why I do that? All right. So now what I want y'all to really, now what I want y'all to do, I want you to work on number 8. So I'm going to give you all a couple of minutes to work on number 8. I have to leave this screen share up so that way y'all can see it. Um, do I need to go ahead and give you all the coordinates, or do you want to figure out what the coordinates are? Matter of fact, that
Give
might.
'em.
Hmm.
You can give them to us.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be nice about it. That's why I always ask questions. I'm gonna be nice about it. All
Yeah.
right. So I'm going to start at my origin. Now, this is the question. This is the question that I have for this particular one, and I'm going to put my arrow over here. Um, I'm not moving left or right, so my x coordinate is going to be 0, simply because I'm not moving left or right. However, from 0, I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3. So my coordinates for that one is 0, 3. So does everyone see how I came up with 0, 3 as my coordinate? No, no news is good news. So if you don't say anything, I just have no choice but to be like, yeah, they got it. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing over here. All right. So I'm going to start at 0, and I am going to go over 1, 2, 3. So my x coordinate is going to be -3. And from -3, I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4. So my y coordinate is going to be -4. All right. So how long do you think it'll take you all to work out this problem? Now remember, I want you to find the slope, identify the slope, tell me if it's positive, negative, that kind of thing. Then I want you to find the slope, and then together we will write the equation of the line, because I didn't do it at the top. And there was a reason why. So about 5 minutes to find the slope. Would that be fair? Yes, no.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll give you all 5 minutes to find the. Oh, bless you.
Thank-
Did you sneeze?
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay. Well, bless you. I didn't know if it was a sneeze or a cough. I didn't know. So I'm gonna give you all 5 minutes to find the slope, and I'll go ahead and I will be very nice, and I will rewrite the formula just for you. See, I'm too nice. That's my problem. Need to get back being mean. Okay. So I will be back in 5 minutes to go over what the slope is, and I'm going to show you all how to write the equation of this particular line. All right. So I will be back after these commercial messages. Uh-oh. Okay. I'll be back. Okay, this thing don't want to cooperate. Okay. All right. So how are y'all coming along with finding the slope? Have you all finished or y'all still working?
Finish.
Okay. What about you, Miss Philomena? Are you finished? Okay. Oh, oh. Okay. All right. Sorry, I was checking the text. Shouldn't have been doing that, but thought it might have been one of y'all. All right. So let's go ahead and let us go over and figure out what this slope is. Um, where's my cursor? Okay. So now I have my two coordinates here. I have -3, -4, and I have 0, 3. All right. So Mr. McFadden, I want you to tell me what number does -3 represent?
Negative. Negative three is the X1.
Yes, it's x1. Okay. Very good. And what about -4?
-4.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Y2. The Y.
No, not y2. So remember, they got to match. So we got x1 and then y1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now, one of these numbers do represent x2. So which number is it? Out of 0 and 3. One of those numbers do represent x2.
It's gonna be zero. The zero.
No, not the 0. Which coordinate is the y coordinate? The 0 or the 3?
The three.
Very good. So that means this is going to be represented as my y2. So therefore, 0 would be my x2. Make sure y'all can see that. Uh-oh. All right. So remember, this is the first set. So everything is gonna have. Ooh, that is so. Ooh, that. I don't like that. Ooh, I do not like that at all. Ooh, I don't like what I did right there either. Okay. Well, y'all know what it is. That's the first set. Okay. And so this will represent the second set. So remember, -3 is going to be x1, -4 is going to be y1, 0 is x2, and 3 is y2. All right. So now tell me what numbers go at the top. Now that we got that fun stuff out the way, tell me what numbers go at the top.
-4
Okay, -4 and what else?
and 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 3.
Yes. Now, let me ask you this question, Mr. McFadden.
Yeah.
Did you use 0, 3 as your first set, or did you use it as your second set?
Far as what? Now
I mean, as far as which coordinate did you use first? Did you use this one first, or did you use this one first?
the the 3 4 first.
Oh, okay, okay. Just wanted to be sure, because sometimes, like I said yesterday, some people they could use this one first and that one second. It really doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to be sure. So my Y2 is going to be 3 minus my Y1, which is -4. Okay. So let me know and tell me, what did you write at the bottom? What number is x2?
-3.
Well, it would
But
be -3 if you used it as the first set.
yeah, 0.
There we go.
0 minus -3.
0 minus -3. All
Excuse
right.
me, Miss Hampton.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you determine the coordinate that comes first and the one that comes second? Because I was using 0, 3 as the first
Uh,
coordinate.
okay. So I'm glad you asked that question, Miss Philomena. So again, whichever one caught my eye. I just used 3/4 first because that's the first one I saw, and then I use E. But it doesn't matter.
Oh,
But it matters. It will matter because you have to make sure that you put the right numbers in the spot. And I'm gonna actually do it both ways so that way you can see that it really doesn't make a difference. So I got you. So I'm very glad you did answer that question, or ask that question rather. So, and I'm gonna do it. Hopefully, I have enough room to do it down here. But anyway, so I have 3 minus -4, which is the same thing as saying 3 plus 4, right?
Yeah,
Because
because you got
3,
to keep change.
that's right, all day. And then we know that that's equal to 7. So that's the
mm-hmm.
good. We
Yeah,
know that that's 7. Now, we have 0 minus -3. That's the same thing as saying 0 plus
plus
3,
3.
3, which is 3.
which is 3. All
Oh,
right. So this is my slope. Now,
7.
I got it.
That's what I got too.
oh, you got this. Okay. So everybody got 7/3.
Mm-hmm.
But
Wonderful.
to be simplified, right?
No. Yeah, see, we can't simplify 7/3 because 7 and 3 do not have a number that they can both go into
Right.
even.
Okay.
Okay.
Got
So no, but that was a good question though. So remember, I'm happy that y'all are still, asking questions. Remember, there's no such thing as a dumb question. If you don't know it, just say, Miss Hampton, I do not know what this is, because we work through it together. So, and excuse me, I feel like I'm a little ashy. So I have to make sure that I'm moisturized. That's very important. All right. So now what I want to do very quickly, I want to switch the coordinates so that way you can see that it really doesn't make a difference. So Miss Philomena, you said that you used 0, 3 as your first set, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you used 3, -3, -4 as your second set.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we do that, this is going to be x1,
Yes.
y1.
Yes.
And then this is going to be, and I apologize in
X,
advance if you can't see it, x2, y2.
Y2.
Okay, so I'm gonna just write that up here. All right, so when I do that, I'm going to have -4 minus 3. Okay, so
Negative 3.
I'm going to -4 minus 3, because I'm going to write that in the blue. Okay, so
Okay.
those are my y's.
Yeah.
And if I have my x is at the bottom, So that means I'm going to have x2, which would be -3, minus 0, because
Mm-hmm.
0 is now represented as x1, according to Miss Firmina. Okay, so when I do this, I'm still going to do my keep change rule. Okay, so that's going to give me -4 plus -3. All right, and we know that there's going to be -7. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing over here. -3 plus 0. And for the record, for anybody that doesn't know or may have forgotten, 0 is neither positive nor negative. It's just a neutral number. It keeps things in balance. All right. So when we do this, we have -7 over -3. Now, right here, Mr. McFadden, this is when you would have to do what we did in the last problem. We didn't simplify it, but because we have two negatives right here, we know that two negatives divide, when you divide a negative into a negative, it gives you this positive up here. Okay. So I say all of that to say this. These two answers are the same. This -7 over -3 is the simplified, if you will, version of this one. Does that make sense? Yeah, no, I think so, Miss Hampton. I guess it's lunchtime, Miss Hampton. Hurry up.
It makes sense.
Okay, all right. So I say all of that to say, for anybody that's watching this playback, it doesn't matter in my rock voice. It doesn't matter what coordinate you use first, as long as you put the right coordinates in the right position for your slope formula. Okay. Now, you see, I feel like I still write big. Even though I know this is zoomed, I feel like I still write big. Okay, so now what I want to focus on very, very quickly, I now want to focus on writing the equation of a line. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to go to, uh, okay, um, you know what? I'll use this one. All right, go ahead. Just use this one. All right. And I'm going to also make this, zoom it out just a little bit so that way you all can see it. And I'm going to erase all of this because this was from yesterday and we don't need it. All right. Make sure I make that smaller. All right. So we figured out that our slope for that last equation was 7 over 3. So that's the good news. We figured that out because we were at 0, 3 here, and then we were at 3 was it 3 -4? Yep, it was 3 -4. Okay. All right. And remember, Miss Hampton's lines are never straight. So please don't judge. All right. So now we have to find the y-intercept. And remember the y, and I'll write it down here somewhere. The y-intercept, nothing right there. Can y'all see that? Y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. It's also the y coordinate. Okay. All right. So can y'all see that? Or do I need to make that bigger?
Nope. Need to make it bigger.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna take it a step further. I'm gonna bold it. Can you see it now or still make it bigger?
Make it a little bit bigger. It need to be bigger.
Okay. Is that better? Or just
That'll
a little
do.
that's I'm trying to make sure y'all can see these things, so y'all know I can't see. You see me all in the screen, like I can't see anything. Um, so yeah, so y'all just pray that I get better eyes. As I always tell y'all. So anywho, so that is the y-intercept. The y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. So remember, the y-axis is represented by the up and down. Okay, vertical. It's the vertical line. Okay, so X is horizontal and Y is vertical. All right. And the formula that we use, let me type this too. Matter of fact, let me move this down here and let me type it here. So I think that way it will be cleaner. This is called the slope intercept formula. Okay? Slope intercept formula, and that is where Y is equal to mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is the y-intercept. Right, let me see if I can stretch that. Hey, there we go. There we go. That's better. All right. Seriously. All right. All right. So how does that look? Does that look good to y'all? I'm gonna take it as a yes. It looks good. All right. So I have a question for you all, and please make sure you answer this question. Where does this line cross at the y-axis? Uh,
3.
yes, excellent job, Miss Philomena. It crosses at 3. And it's 3 positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. So because it crosses at 3, that means that 3 is my y-intercept. Ah, and Miss Hampton can type, it'll be a better day. Okay. So because my line crosses at y-axis and it crosses at 3, that is going to make 3 my y-intercept. Okay. So my final answer, I'll take my final answer over here. All right. My final answer for this linear equation, if I can see equation, is y is equal, and what was my slope again? If it was a snake, it'll bite you. What's my slope again? Okay, I'll go ahead and give it to y'all. My slope was 7/3. That's why I took 7/3. So my slope was 7 over 3, and I have to write it this way. 7 over 3x. And that is going to be, what is my y-intercept?
3.
Plus 3. Okay, so that is my final answer for the linear equation. So remember, on your GED math test, they may simply give you a graph with a line, and they may tell you to find the slope, find the y-intercept, and or find the equation of the line. Okay, so equations of the line, linear equations, same thing. It's just depending on who's saying it. Okay, so how do we feel so far about this lesson? Do we feel okay, or do we need more practice?
Yeah, excuse me, Miss Something.
Yes, ma'am.
In the equation formula, what does the x stand for?
Oh, now x and y, those represent functions. So
Okay.
all of these things go together, but I'm glad you brought that up. So for example, on your GED test in math, they may give you this equation right here, right, Miss Philomena? So they may say y is equal to 7 over 7/3 x plus 3. And they may ask you what point falls on this line. Have y'all ever seen a question like that or heard of a question like that?
Mm-hmm.
And they give you choices of ordered pairs or coordinates. This is where the x and the y will come in. So let's just say, for example, let me make a new page so that way it can all make sense. Okay. All right. That falls on the following line. All right. So we'll use the ones that we just did. Y equals 7/3, 7/3. X, I can't see my typeboard. Okay. X plus 3. And they may say a. I'll just. I don't know if this is true or not. All right. So A could be 0, 4. Right? B can be, I don't know, 1, 2, or C, none of the above. All right. So what you would do with X and the Y, Miss Philomena, what you would do, I'm gonna move this over here. So what you would do is you are going to substitute your X for 0. You're going to see whether or not um you're going to figure out whether or not that will make the equation true. So this is what this would look like. So all of these things do go together, and I'm actually glad you did bring this up. So thank you, Miss Philomena, for keeping me on my feet. I appreciate you. So we have 7/3. We're going to substitute 0 for x because 0 is represented as an x coordinate. Okay, plus 4. I mean plus 3. I'm sorry. All right. So this is actually a multiplication problem slash addition problem because we know anything multiplied by 0 gives us what? Can y'all hear me? we're almost finished too, by the way. Give me like 5 more minutes and we're finished. Um, so what is any number multiplied by 0 gives me what?
0.
0. All right. We have 0. 0 plus 3, and that will equal to. Okay. Uh-oh. All right. All right. So that lets me know that A would not be the correct answer for that. because 0.4 does not fall in this linear equation. Does that make sense? Yes, no, sort of, kind of, Miss Hampton. It's 12 o'clock. We hungry? Tell me something. Let me know.
It makes sense.
Mm, okay. So to answer your question, Miss Philomena, that is what the X and the Y represent. They actually represents um, points that would fall on that particular line. Okay. So just remember, anytime you see this in a book or you're working on some problems, and you see something like this, what is a point that falls on the following line? You're dealing with functions. That's really what this boils down to, is really functions. So I'll go ahead and write it over here. Practice for function. Okay. We'll save that for another day. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Because I'll say this. In order for you to understand functions, you have to make sure you know slope and Y-intercept and all of that good stuff. Because if you don't, it's really not going to make any sense. So everything we do is in layers, and you have to make sure that you're comfortable with adding more onto or adding more layers onto what you have. Okay. So how do you all think this session went today?
It went.
Oh, you went out, Mr. McFadden. What you say?
I say it went good.
Okay. What about you, Miss Philomena? How do you think today's session went?
It's good.
All right. See, it's the platform. My platform has changed, but I'm still the same. All of these things that have still been going on in my class, so nothing has changed except for my hair. But other than other than that, I'm still, just thankful and happy that you all, came to the virtual class today, and just rocking with me as you always do. Now, I will say this: I am going to email. Now, listen to this. This is for the playback people too. I am going to email you all a practice sheet that only identifies that you only have to identify the slope and the Y-intercept. That's it. I just want you to identify the slope and the Y-intercept. Now, what I want to do is for tomorrow, because I really want to wrap this particular part up. Tomorrow, I want to just simply go over how to graph those those linear equations. I want to practice how you all will graph them, because sometimes on your GED test you may have to graph those lines as well. So I want to make sure that you know how to graph them. Okay. So I will be sending an email with some practice problems where you all can just identify the slope and identify the Y-intercept. That's it. If Excuse me, if you are watching this playback, I'm going to do my best to leave a link in the description box or in the pinned comment section, so that way you can click on it and you can do the work too. Okay, so everybody's covered. Everybody's covered. All right, so it is 12:01. My beeper just went off and it's lunchtime. Everybody go and take a lunch break and take a nap. But thank you all again so very much. I'm going to stop sharing the screen now because I want to see, y'all. Uh, Okay, wonderful. So again, thank you, Miss Philomena, and thank you, Mr. McFadden, for joining me in this virtual class today. I really do appreciate you all. You all will be getting the credit, the 1 hour credit for today. And also make sure that you still work in your Khan Academy. I will be posting up some more work for you all by the end of this week. So make sure that you're still working in Khan Academy and coming to virtual classes, so that way you can still get your credit and for your hours and stuff. Okay. Yep. No. Hurry up, Miss Hampton. Time to go. Oh, y'all can be off of mute now. Class is pretty much over. I'm getting ready to stop the recording momentarily, but do you all have any final questions or anything for me? Well, I guess I have to take it. No news is good news. So, with that being said, I pray that you all continue to stay safe. I pray that you all enjoy the rest of your humpalicious hump day. And I will see you, beautiful people, tomorrow, right and early at 11 o'clock. Okay. If you have any questions about anything, the video, hopefully, the video will be posted up today so you can watch the playback. Um, and just email me, contact me, call me, let me know, and I'll do my best to help y'all. So I love you guys, and there's nothing you can do about it. And I will see you all bright and early on tomorrow morning at 11. Bye, y'all. Y'all have a good one.